to SK Vapors. It's Chris.
Deanna.
And my pretty wife. Here, what we're talking about today is a MadVapes juice review. And you might ask, what am I vaping right now? Well, this is actually Vape from Carolina Vape Kings. It's about $5 for a 10 milliliter bottle before taxes. You would see me vaping some Vape J juices, but I'm just about out, and it'll be next month or so before I can order any more. So I'm wanting to hold on to what little bit left I got of that. But the whole point about MadVapes is you hear a lot. Well, let me just start from the beginning. I've told this story a couple of times about Archie and Brenda. It was a nice couple we met down in Jamestown Trade Lot, and that's how we got introduced into e-gos and e-cigs. But the thing is about Archie and Brenda is, even though they're really nice and good people, what they're really doing is highway robbery. Because we was getting our juices from there, and they're labeled Ultimate Vapor. And of course we only bought juice from, I think, 2 times. And the reason why I did that is I bought a lot from them both times, and you know, I was wanting to find out where they were getting their stuff from, because I was curious, because I knew nothing about vaping at the time. And you know, eventually I got, you know, enough of their baggies and stuff to where, you know, I found a label that they, you know, forgot to rip off. And you know, I figured out they were ordering from the wholesale stock of MadVapes. So all their juices were actually MadVape juices. Now here's the cincher. They're selling these 10 milliliter bottles of juices for $10 a bottle. MadVapes sells 10 milliliter bottles, the most. That's at 36 milligrams of nicotine for $4.49 for 10 milliliters. That's half the cost of what I was getting it there. And I wasn't getting 36 milligram. I vape 18 milligram. 18 for a 10 milliliter bottle is $3.99 for me to get it from MadVapes. They're selling it for $10. That means if I order a bottle from MadVapes plus shipping and handling, I'm still saving money. So it's just, you know, insane. Here's another thing. They're getting it from the wholesale side, which means they're getting it even cheaper than that. They're not paying $3.99 a bottle. They're getting it a whole lot cheaper than that. And yet they're charging $10 a bottle. So, you know, I did feel a little bit ripped off. But anyways, I'm pretty sure a lot of people did. The thing about it is I feel like MadVapes gets a lot of hate. Because, you know, once I found out it was them, and I started ordering from them, they're really the ones who got me off of cigarettes and onto vaping. I started watching reviews, starting getting to the YouTube culture. And I started seeing just all kinds of hateful, you know, videos towards MadVapes. And, you know, knocking their e-juices, knocking their products, knocking their customer service. Well, the first thing I want to say about that is it don't matter whether I'm just sending an email because I want to shoot the shit, you know, just saying thanks, or, you know, just saying hey. Or even if I send a message like, okay, an example, I ordered a syringe from them, you know, to make it easier when I'm changing out juices. It is somewhere. Right here. I ordered this from them. And when I ordered it, the order shipped. And this thing right here is not the one I ordered with it. What had happened is in the process of ordering, me and several other people ordered it at the same exact time, so it came out of stock, the particular one I ordered. And so I ended up not getting one. Well, I contacted them, and I just messaged saying that I'd ordered this and it didn't come. And they said they were out of stock at the moment. Would I, A, want my money back, B, want to wait until it comes in stock, or C, is there any other way that they can help me out? And I was like, well, you know, all I really need is a syringe that will fit into this. I don't care what size it is or what it looks like, as long as it fits in here. And it wasn't 30 seconds later, I got an email with a tracking number, and this thing was already in the mail for me. So I don't understand where all these other people are saying that they can't get any help, because as soon as I say anything, they're right there. And they ship out over 100,000 orders a day. They're not a small company, and yet they do take the time to actually speak to me. There's other companies out there, and they only sell like maybe 15 flavors and a very small selection of stuff, and yet when I send them an email, I might have to threaten them in order to get an email back. Now, that's not anybody I've ever talked about in these videos. Vape J Juice, Carolina Vape Kings, and, you know, companies like that are not like that. They are awesome. But, you know, if I ever have a bad review, or, you know, if I was to ever accidentally order from one of them kind of companies again, I would definitely let you know. because nobody wants to deal with that kind of hassle. I've seen it before. Somebody ordered from, I think, Lord, I can't remember what the company's name was, so I'm not going to say, because I don't want to say the wrong name. But they ordered from this one company, and what it was is, you know, they don't have any controls on their website to where if they go out of stock, you know. And there's a bunch of people ordering their juice. And of course, you know, I understand. You can only do so much at a time, and then you have to get more stuff and make more. Well, the problem is that, you know, they were perpetually out of stock. And so these people were just constantly getting backlogged to where, you know, it'd take 3-4 months for them to get their e-juice. And the problem with that is of course, you don't want to wait that long for your stuff. If they'd had proper controls on their website to where when it said out of stock, it wouldn't have happened. But that's not what happened. So this person had to wait, and they finally emailed about them, and they wouldn't email them back. So they finally had to threaten that they was going to go to the Better Business Bureau, and that's when they said, oh, but we said we was going to give you your money back, and all this other yada, yada, yada. And it was a bunch of BS, what it was. So that's why, you know, when I find a company I like, and that I respect, and that they take care of, you know, what I consider to be the little guy, which is me. I'm definitely the smallest of the small. Then, you know, I'm going to let you guys know, because I know there's other vapors out there who can't go out and just spend tons of money, but do want to live healthier. And so that's what we try to give to you. That's why I recommend Vape J Juice, Carolina Vape Kings, Halo, Mountain Oak Vapors, and MadVapes all the time, because they are actually caring companies who you can actually communicate with if something happens. Because Lord knows, I mean, you've worked at a job before, surely. And, you know, you're not perfect. We all make mistakes. That's just humans. That's what we are. We're human. We all make human errors. What matters is when you can get one-on-one with them to get it fixed. Now, to the juices. Here's the thing about MadVapes juices. I have not tried their line head juices yet. It's their premium line of e-juices. I would like to try it, but I haven't yet, so I can't say anything about them. But when it comes to their top vapor e-juices, I can't call them premium, but I think they're pretty close. There's slight differences between them and Vape J Juice and Carolina Vape Kings, and that's what makes Vape J Juice and Carolina Vape Kings juices better. But now here's the catch. Carolina Vape Kings and Vape J Juice's juices are more expensive, you know, because I get a 50 milliliter bottle at 18 milligrams for just $13.19. That's going to last me quite a while. But at the same time, from Vape J Juice, I get a 10 milliliter bottle for $8. And then from Carolina Vape Kings at $5. I'm not knocking the price. I understand why it costs that much. But that's the difference in quality, you see? The difference in quality is the difference in price. You're going to pay more for a better juice. Now, if you're like me, you can afford to spend $5, $8 every single day to vape. I mean, that's just all there is to it. I can't do it. That's going to end up making it a cost where I can afford, and then I'm going to have to stop vaping because I can't afford it. That's where MadVapes comes into play. MadVapes allows me to vape my premium e-juices alongside their juices, and that way I'm always getting the same amount of nicotine, and I'm not vaping terrible, nasty e-juices. Does that make sense? Because their juices are not bad. They get a horrible rap on the internet, and they're not bad. They taste good. They taste like what they're supposed to taste like. Me personally, I have 22 different flavors of Vape J Juice. That name is stuck on the brand. I'm messing up all day. But I have 22 flavors of MadVapes. I got like 6 or 7 Vape J Juices. But the thing is, there is 145 different flavors on MadVapes' website. So no matter what, there is something for you out there. So what I suggest doing is when you go and you want to order from MadVapes, look and see what flavors you know you like, and then order a 10 milliliter bottle to start off with. Test it out, see what it's like. If you like it, order some 50 milliliter bottles and stock up like I do. And if you don't, it was just a 10 milliliter bottle, man. What loss did you really make? Go ahead and try something else. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about my favorite e-juices from MadVapes, but we're going to talk about that last. But I'm going to go ahead and try to discuss what all these flavors taste like of what I have. So if any of these type of flavors interest you, you can try them. Now, of course, if you're just quitting smoking, things are going to change for you a lot. But once you've quit smoking, most of these kind of taste generally the same. First of all, tobacco flavors. They offer all kinds of tobacco flavors. Like Ultimate is not exactly a tobacco flavor, but it's an extreme menthol. And Ultimate's really good for you menthol lovers, because that's just all this is menthol. And then, okay, you got Hankson Tobacco, which is kind of, you know, your traditional tobacco brands. The thing about tobacco and e-juice is you got to remember there's no combustion involved, so don't expect to taste exactly like a cigarette. But Hankson Tobacco kind of gets a little bit closer. Hankson RY4 is a little bit of a sweeter tobacco flavor. I know other places have RY4, like Carolina Vape Kings, and it's more like a clove flavor. I don't think this is very much like that, though. I got the tobacco flavors when I first tried quit smoking. I thought I was going to want tobacco flavors more. Well, that didn't happen. So I haven't really vaped these that much. But MAD4 is another tobacco flavor, and it's also, you know, a sweeter tobacco flavor. Beyond that, let's move on to an alcoholic flavor I have, Peach Bellini. Peach Bellini freaking tastes like Peach Bellini. But you see, I thought I liked Peach Bellini, you know, the drink, but it turned out I had never drunk a Peach Bellini. So I'm not a big fan of it, because it really does taste like a Peach Bellini. I went to the bar a while back, and I ordered one, and, you know, I just don't care much for Peach Bellinis. But I'm more of a whiskey guy anyways. So, it's good. You know, my wife likes it. It's definitely got an alcohol flavor. You can taste it. But, you know, it's not bad. If I was more in Peach Bellinis, I would love this, because it really does taste just like it. Green Apple. Green Apple is, not what I expected it to be. I expected it to taste like green apples, you know, a sourish taste. But it really does taste like an apple peel. If you're into apple peels, then this is the flavor for you, because it tastes exactly like a green apple peel. I know a lot of people don't eat the peelings. I love the peeling, personally. So, you know, this actually does work for me. Whereas for my wife, she doesn't care much for the peel, so she don't like it. Coffee. This is coffee right here. Now, the thing about coffee is when I first quit smoking, this tasted really exactly like coffee. But then after my taste buds changed, it's got more of a hazelnut flavor. And when I vape it, I taste hazelnut. And I've drunk hazelnut coffee. It's not bad. And I definitely don't have anything against this e-juice. I just, you know, this is what got me to quit smoking, was this flavor of e-juice. But, you know, once I quit smoking, I've kind of moved on from coffee flavors since then. And I've had a hard time finding a coffee flavor I actually like. Because a lot of people like cream and sugar in their coffee. And, you know, stuff like hazelnut and everything else. And that works for you, and that makes this perfect. But for me, I like strong black coffee. That's just how I am. I don't like anything in it. What's next? Oh, God. You got it, papaya, ready?
Yep. Oh,
this is papaya. Papaya is a lot like my favorite e-juice from MadVapes, which is mango, except for it's a lot sweeter than mango. Let me try that. Now, I haven't re-wicked this yet. This has got the old silica wick in this thing, and also, honestly, this tank, I've used the same Aero tank since, Lord, I guess maybe August of last year, and it's April of 2014 now, so I'm surprised this thing even, you know, does vapor at all. But it works. And that's another thing, you know, a lot of people give MadVapes a hard time, but man, they sell cheaper products, and they are cheaper, but they work. I mean, I've gone and went and spent a lot of money on expensive stuff at Mountain Oak Vapors once, and all the stuff didn't work. None of it did. It worked for like a week, and then all of it started leaking and breaking down on me. And I tell you right now, I was not happy. And then I buy this stuff from MadVapes, and I spend $400 and get big old boxes of stuff, you know, where the dude has to take it up here and make me sign for it. And this stuff has lasted me for a whole year almost. So, that's the difference in quality. I mean, I'm paying less money and getting better. I don't get the sense in it, but it works. Alright, I'm not exactly sure where I was at when that cut off. So, let's go ahead and say Island Punch again. This is Island Punch. Still too strong for me at 24, but I've been mixing it with some 11 milligram Island Punch. It tastes just like the Kool-Aid Island Punch, or, you know, the, what's the dude, the one with the dude on it? Like
Hawaiian Punch.
Yeah, it tastes like Hawaiian Punch, Island Punch. It is good. Anybody who's into fruit and likes the fruity drinks and stuff like that, like Hawaiian Punch or any of them types of drinks, this is definitely something you need to check out. It's really good. Top banana. A little warning about banana flavors. All banana flavors seem to daggum do awful things to plastic and tanks, really, period. But this top banana tastes like freaking bananas. Like eating a banana. That's the thing. I don't know how on earth they do it, but they make flavors taste like food. Not like candy, but like food. So, I just think MadVapes rock. I'm sorry, I do. For all you guys that are hating on MadVapes, I think they rock. And I know that for a fact I wouldn't be able to afford to vape without them. This is blood orange. My wife says that it's a very sweet orange.
Like a really sweet orange.
I think it's a very sweet orange with just a hint of grapefruit. Because I get a sour taste from it, like from grapefruit, but not much, just a hint, mostly on the XL. Blueberry, I've got it on the tank right here. It looks like this. And blueberry, I thought I liked blueberries. It turns out I'm not as fond of blueberries as I thought I was. But I do like vaping this from time to time. It is really good. It tastes like, this does taste a lot like the candy blueberries, and also like blueberry pancakes without the pancakes. So blueberries, obviously. Again, for what vapor production I'm doing, this tank, I've been using the same tank since like August of last year. Not changed out the replacement coil head, I've not put new wicks in it, I've not rebuilt it at all. Same juice that's been in it the whole time. And this thing still, for, you know, what it's doing, is working like a champ.
Yeah, I don't really care too much for the blueberry. I like blueberries, but I don't eat them all the time, and therefore I don't care too much for the blueberry juice. It tastes like blueberries, but it's just not a favorite.
What matters is what you like. Do you like blueberries? Then you need to at least get a 10 milliliter bottle of blueberry and try it. Now, a lot of their e-juices, I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. I have a feeling this is why a lot of people get turned off by MadVapes juices. MadVapes does a lot of orders. So they make this stuff like all the time. So when you order from them, chances are the juice that you're going to be getting is like brand spanking new. I'm talking about it is just been made within the last month or two. Some of these even tell when they've been made. Like this one was made September 20th, 2013. And when I ordered this, I got this like September 23rd, 2013. This particular bottle. I've ordered tons of e-juice since then. That's 3/6/2014. And I got that like, you know, maybe a week later. It's just April right now, so what do you think? So it was really new, really fresh. And the thing is, when they're really, really new, sometimes they'll have like a perfumey smell or a perfumey flavor. And what you need to do is you need to let it steep, or even, you know, streve or whatever. Streve, not streve. You could check out Rip Tripper's post on that, on steeping your e-juices. He talks about it really good. Honestly, I was confused on a lot of that stuff before I watched this video on it. So he's probably the best person to check that out. But what I do, you know, essentially, is I will take my juice when it's new. I shake it real good. I'll take the cap off. Like that. And I'll set it in a dark place for exactly 1 hour. And then I'll get it, I'll put that cap back on, shake it back up real good, and then I'll put it in a dark place, or I'll just set it with all my other e-juices, and let it sit there for a couple weeks. You know, well, depending, you know, a week or two. I'll come back and check on it. And, you know, usually that perfume will go away. It's steeped. It's gotten delicious. You know, I shake it up again. I start vaping, and it's wonderful. I got Peach Bellini. It was way too fresh when I got it. A week later, it tastes like a Peach Bellini. That's the thing. They're really new, really fresh, so you want to let them steep. But, you know, that's how it's going to be when you have a company that's doing well. And they're actually selling their juices because people actually like them. That they're going to have really tall orders to fill which means that they're shipping that stuff out as soon as they make it, which means you're going to have to let it steep. I mean, that's just all there is to it. That's what happens when you have good business, because otherwise their stuff would be steeped because nobody would be ordering it. I mean, does that make sense? And yes, I say does that make sense a lot, and I hope it don't offend nobody, because I'm not trying to. I just have these certain catchphrases I can't stop saying, like, you know what I mean? And does that make sense? I'm working on it. It's just, you know, it's hard to work that stuff out of you. What else do we got here? Mandarin Orange. This is Mandarin Orange, and I'll let you tell them what you think of it, because that's like one of her favorites.
I like Mandarin Orange. Tastes like, you know, a really good, it's not very sweet orange, but it's still pretty good. And, I had something else I was going to say about it. Oh yeah, it's got a pretty good throat hit as well. I think that's mostly what I get off of it, is that throat hit. But I enjoy that. So if you enjoy, you know, not too sweet, but, you know, orange, then you should try it out.
This is Tutti Frutti, and it tastes like Tutti Frutti. If you've ever had anything that's called Tutti Frutti, that's what it tastes like. I don't know how to describe Tutti Frutti, do you? Yeah, it's like a bubblegum flavor, but Tutti Frutti. There's not really much I can say about Tutti Frutti. I've explained blueberry, got blood orange. I'm not sure if I've covered everything yet. The last one I can really see here is Mad Plasma.
Mad Grapes.
Oh yeah, them are my two favorites. But Mad Plasma is it's a strawberry. It's very, very strawberry. It's totally different than strawberry. It's just, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's incredibly strawberry. I like the Sweet Red from Carolina Baked Kings, because it's like a strawberry candy with just a hint of honeysuckle. My wife is more of a fan of the strawberry. Mad Plasma, it appealed to me at first, but, you know, it's just a little bit too strong of a strawberry for me. So if you're very much into a really sweet and strong strawberry, then, you know, you should definitely give Mad Plasma a try. I thought I was, you know, and I've kind of moved away from it a little bit. And that's just how it is with e-juices. That's why when you buy it, you want to get a 10 milliliter bottle, and then if you like it, get bigger. Because, you know, you want to be able to vape it. And that's what I've done, is I've vaped this 10 milliliter bottle for a little while, and I've decided, you know, I don't really like Mad Plasma. So I didn't buy a bigger bottle. Now, to my favorites. My favorites is Mad Grapes and Mango. And out of all the bottles of e-juices I've bought, I've probably bought 30 of each of those, because I love them things. Mad Grapes tastes like a grape-flavored pixie stick. And Mango tastes like mango, and I just love mango. It tastes like, actually, the mango that I was talking about in Carolina Baked Kings review is not much different from mango and MadVapes. They're both really good. They both taste like a wet mango cigar, and they're just excellent. And that's all I can say about it. That's what I'm vaping right now is mango.
And I'm vaping the Mad Grapes.
I get killer vapor production off of these juices. I mean, killer. And not only do I get killer vapor production, I get excellent flavor. I mean, that tastes always like mango. And about the only thing that I can say that I don't like about MadVape flavors, and really it's the only thing I can say, is that I can get vapor stunk relatively easy on them. But of course, you know, I say that because at one time I only vaped MadVapes flavors, you know, and after a week or two I couldn't be able to taste my e-juices. Well, when I vape mango, then every once in a while I'm hitting on my premium e-juices from Carolina Baked Kings and J-Juice, I never get vapor stunk at all. So I'm always tasting this delicious mango. I'm always tasting my wonderful grape. Now, let's say one day I wake up and it's happened. I can't taste anything. I can't taste my Carolina Baked Kings juice. I can't taste my MadVapes juice. I can't taste my Vape J juice. What am I going to do? Well, I could do many other things like eat spicy food or drink coffee or eat coffee beans, but, you know, I have whatever you call that, acid reflux or whatever. So a lot of them things kind of hurt me. I love them, they just don't love me. But what I do is and I'm going to do a Halo review eventually, I will switch to my Twisted Java from Halo, and it's a minty coffee. It's excellent. And I'll vape that for maybe an hour. And then after that, my vapor stun's gone, and all these things just start rocking again. I love mango. And I love MadVapes. MadVapes is one of my favorites. It just is. It's nowhere near as good as MadVapes from Carolina Vape Kings, but that doesn't mean at all that it isn't good. Because I love it. It just works. And at $13.19 a 50 milliliter bottle, you really can't go wrong. And that's exactly who I am trying to reach out to, is the people who are like me, that's on a budget, that, you know, wants the vaping experience but doesn't want to spend $300 a week. Because I do buy the good e-juices. I just, you know, I can't afford to buy as much of them as I would like. And I'm happy that there's a company out there that makes good tasting e-juices that I can vape and be able to afford to vape them, as well as be able to afford to slide a little bit of extra money towards these more expensive vape shops such as Vape J Juice and Carolina Vape Kings, and be able to just absolutely get into the culture and vape as many different flavors as I like. You know, because they're pretty much my all-day vape, but these are my good vapes. It's like, okay, you don't drink your good wine all the time, but you always drink good wine. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't buy cheap whiskey. I buy Woodford Reserve and stuff like that, but I don't drink my Woodford Reserve all the time. Sometimes I like to drink Tullamore Dew, but Tullamore Dew ain't bad whiskey. I mean, or Jack Daniels. It's not bad whiskey. I don't buy the $5 whiskeys because that's disgusting. But, you know, that ain't saying anything towards anybody who does, because, you know, to each their own. Everything's subjective. And that's really what this is about. It's a subjective thing. So don't go out there and listen to hate about these companies and think, well, you know, they're no good, I'm not going to try them out. Because, you know, you need to at least give them a try first before you decide, whoa. You know what I mean? Don't listen to, that's like, you know, listen to politics from people. A lot of people think they know what's going on in politics and have no clue. But anyways, that's all my flavors from MadVapes. I love them all. Here's a card from MadVapes. I'm trying to think of any more to say because I really like MadVapes. I really like all the companies I've bought from. I've not had really many bad things to say about any of them. So, you know, I tried to definitely get the name out there for them. Is there anything else I can say at all?
No, not that I can think of. I had something earlier, but I forgot it.
Well, there is one more thing I can say. The prices range from 10 milliliters at 0 nicotine at $2.99 to 10 milliliters at 36 milligram nicotine, $4.49. You can get the 18 milligram for $3.99. 30 milliliters ranges from 0 nicotine at $5.99 to 30 milliliter at 36 milligram nicotine for $8.29. My 18 would be at $7.89, and then 50 milliliters ranges from 0 nicotine at $8.99 to 36 milligrams of nicotine at $13.99. Where my 18 milligrams at $13.19. So, I mean, them are just excellent prices. And, I mean, and now, if they really were crappy e-juices, I wouldn't get on here and put a review on them. I don't care how cheap they are. They could daggum cost $2 a 50 milliliter bottle, and I wouldn't care. If they're disgusting, I'm not going to review them and say they're good. I like MadVapes juices because not only are they incredibly cheap, but they do taste good. And that's, you know, really the bottom line. Do they taste good? Now, like I said, this camera only records 14 minutes at a time. It's a Nikon, which, you know, astounds me. That's a Nikon. It only records 14 minutes at a time. And it should have like an alarm on it or something to let me know when this thing goes off. But, you know, whatever. A little bit darker. I'm just going to tell you real quick. top vapor e-liquid is, from MadVapes, is AEMSA, American E-Liquid Manufacturing Standards Association, certified. That's following strict standards on responsible and sustainable practices and processes for the safe manufacturing of e-liquids used in electronic cigarettes. Currently, oh yeah, I got that already. And right here is a link. And, just go check out the AEMSA standards, and you can see just, the kind of quality and everything that they, put their juices through to make sure that they are safe and good to vape. But yeah, they go by strict guidelines with the AEMSA, so at least you're going to feel safe and know that you're getting something good. I know this has been a long review, but I'm just saying, try out MadVapes. Try out all these companies I'm reviewing. And this has been SK Vapor. Happy vaping. Peace.